Plastic. It's a major part of our lives. Our food is wrapped in it, toys are made from it, it's found in devices we use every day. But what you may not know is, we're not only using plastics, we're also ingesting them.
When you eat a bite of food or even take a sip of water, you may be taking in tiny plastic particles along with it.
Some researchers believe the average person consumes about 5 grams of plastic every 7 days. That's like eating a credit card every week.
Humans have produced more than 8 billion metric tons of plastic, mostly since the 1950s, and less than 10% of it has ever been recycled. There's so much plastic all around that we likely even breathe in tens of thousands of tiny plastic fragments or fibers every year.
So why is there so much plastic in our food, water, and the air around us?
Plastics are very durable materials. Things made out of plastic can last quite a long time. However, they're not perfectly durable, which means plastics can degrade through normal wear and tear. Just think about all the ways that plastics are used. Everything from food containers to cell phone cases. The wear and tear from repetitive use can produce tiny microscopic fragments, which are called microplastic. Now, over time, these microplastics make their way into the environment, like our lakes and rivers, the soil, and even into our oceans. These materials ultimately end up contaminating our food and water supply.
We don't completely know for sure what effect ingesting all these microplastics might have on us. More research is needed to determine at what levels exposure becomes particularly dangerous. But experts recommend a precautionary approach.
Here are 6 tips to reduce your exposure to microplastics. 1. Drink water from your tap.
Drinking water is one of the biggest contributors to microplastic ingestion, but bottled water has about double the microplastic level of tap water. So unless you know your tap water is unsafe, it's probably best to drink that instead of anything from a plastic bottle.
2. Don't heat food in plastic.
Heated plastics have been known to leach chemicals into food. So if you're warming up food, use a pan in the oven or on the stove. Or if you're microwaving, use a glass container. You should also avoid putting plastics into your dishwasher.
3. Avoid plastic food containers with known issues.
The American Academy of Pediatrics has noted that plastic food containers with recycling codes 3, 6, and 7 may indicate the presence of some potentially harmful chemicals. So you may want to avoid using containers that have those recycling codes on them, unless they're labeled bio-based or greenware.
4. Eat more fresh food.
Fresh foods are less likely to expose you to concerning chemicals, especially when compared to anything wrapped in plastic. Also, many food cans are lined with concerning chemicals.
5. Minimize household dust.
Dust in your house can contain chemicals that are found in plastic, so you should vacuum regularly.
6. Think big picture.
Plastic production is expected to more than quadruple between 2015 and 2050, which means the amount of plastic contamination in the environment will rise along with it. Consumers should opt for products packaged in glass instead of plastic and use reusable, non-plastic containers whenever possible.
If you follow these tips, you can reduce the amount of plastic in your life and in your body.